The views and opinions expressed by the guests and others do not reflect the broadcast of NikAtNite or those associated with this brand. NikAtNite does not condone the overindulgence of alcoholic beverages, nor do we support drinking and driving. Please drink responsibly. Good night. I am your girl, Miss Nick.
It's your boy P, King to a God. What's good, Nick?
We off to a late start today. Technical difficulties, but
Hey, it's life.
it's
It
life.
happens.
It happens.
Yeah,
But we live.
we are. We are live. We
You
are
know,
live.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Everybody, this is Nick's show. I am a
I
guest
am
along
so,
with the
you know,
guest.
I
Along
miss-
with the guest.
I
Yeah.
miss being able to,
We're gonna see how this goes.
interact with our people.
Yeah. Right
'Cause
now.
our people be having some things to say.
Yeah, but you know who I am in this chair right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
that person who wants you to succeed and fail at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I hate lies.
Yeah.
I do. But God bless them. God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in.
Well,
for hanging in there with
those
us.
of you that are in there, make sure y'all go and like and subscribe to the channel. Like all of our social media pages on Miss NikAtNite. Paul, where are you?
Instagram, Lemonade, TikTok, thereal.p.i.g. That's where I'm at.
That's where you at?
That's
We
where
got a
I'm at.
guest with us today.
We do.
We got Miss Ebony over here with us.
How are y'all?
Your mic. Pull your
Oh.
mic. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We ready to now. We have a whole lot of fun on here. Sometimes we have too much fun.
Okay.
I curse a lot.
Okay.
She's
I've been
aware.
working on it.
Yeah.
I've been working on it. However,
Okay.
She's seen the show.
okay. So
Yeah,
you,
so-
you,
I have.
you know
Yeah.
what to expect out of us. This one right here.
Listen. She tried. I called her the other day to check her temperature about being on the show, right? She said I raised her eyebrows a few times.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
Yeah,
She's
I be
been.
talking back to my phone all the time,
So,
especially his Adam and Eve.
Oh my God.
He was tripping.
Oh my God.
yeah.
But that's Paul for you. We love him though. We love him.
This
We
is
love him.
all for entertainment. That's my disclosure.
That's what you say.
It's
Yeah.
all for
Yeah,
entertainment.
those that have had the opportunity to know me and talk to me and deal with me on a personal level,
Mhm.
y'all know this ain't me. Y'all know that.
Okay.
I mean, it may be a hint of some
Uh-huh.
stuff
That's
in
what I was about
there.
to say. A little.
Yeah, but I just like to.
But it's all.
Yeah.
That's that's the one thing that we do most on this show is have fun. We spit some facts, we spit our opinions, but we have fun. But if nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. So today we are going to be discussing. A couple of weeks ago, we discussed the non-negotiables. We had, the list. It was a comedian, right?
Yeah,
Who had his list of what he wanted from a woman and what he absolutely did not want. And so we decided it would be fun
hmm
to come up with our top 5 of what we must have
hmm
and what we cannot tolerate.
mm.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, ladies first.
Oh. Ladies first. Well, let me start off with my top 5. That's what we should do first. We're going to all go through our top 5 of what we must have.
Okay,
And then we'll come back to.
fellas, I want y'all to know how simple this is from a man's point of view versus what these two lovely, beautiful, amazing women are about to give
You know
y'all.
what? I guarantee. Okay, look, we just gonna go. We gonna go.
That was a
My top
compliment.
5. Yeah, you. I know you.
Okay.
I know your ass.
All right.
My top must-haves. Must have a moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
Must be financially stable, meaning he can take care of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We must be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Get along real good. He must believe in God, and he must be supportive, in meaning allowing me to be me.
Okay. All
Don't
right.
try to change me. Don't try to stifle me. Don't tell me you're doing too much. Sit down. You know what I mean? Let me be me.
All right, so let's go back to your one.
Okay.
What was the one?
Moral compass.
Moral compass. So
Mhm.
for you, what does that mean?
He has to have
I mean,
a
we
strong
are
sense of morals. Like,
okay.
like if he does not have any moral compass, he'll do anything. Meaning he will shit on me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He has to have good morals, like
in regards to you or in life
just
in
in
general?
life, period.
Okay.
It is because if he has them in life, period, he'll have them towards me. You know what I mean? That's my belief. So yeah, he has to have some type of moral compass that will keep him in an alignment.
Okay. What was your 2 again?
My second one, he must be financially stable, can take care
Tell
of
me
himself.
about that. Let's go.
I can't take care of nobody. I can't I raised my son. I got one kid. He 29 and he living on his own. I can't take care of nobody.
Okay, so you don't want the gamer,
Hell
the rapper,
no.
the poet.
You are aspiring to no.
Okay.
No. But you know, like I said, as long as you can take care of you,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. I can't take care of you.
Okay.
I can't take care of us.
Y'all can
like,
collaborate.
And this is, there's a difference if we were married and then something happened and I got to carry the household for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not looking for
coming
nobody.
in the gate.
Yeah.
You're not doing that.
Is you crazy?
I mean, that's understandable.
No.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
All right, 3.
He needs to be able to take care of himself.
Yeah, 3, because you kind of mashed the gas when you first went through it. So that's why I'm making you do it again. Yeah, just so people can understand.
3, we must be friends.
Okay.
And when I say friends, meaning we get along. Because, like I said, that's the one thing that I feel is like what supports a relationship. Y'all have to be friends. Because when y'all get older and the sex fails, y'all ain't looking good no more. You got to at least get along. Shit.
Okay.
We're going to be at this house 24/7. We need to at least be able to get along.
So you assuming the sex is going to fail on his part?
At some point, it's going to fail on both of our parts.
Okay,
maybe.
good answer, Nick. Good answer.
Shit.
Okay.
We
good
ain't.
answer.
I'm about to be 50.
Okay. All right.
I don't know when that shit's supposed to happen, but I guess at some point I done heard it happen.
Well, you carrying the fan right now, so.
That don't you start.
All right.
Y'all see how he do me? Don't you start.
Okay. It's all out of love, though. I look out for you.
You
it's
did.
all
Thank
out of
you.
love.
You went and got my fan for me.
Absolutely.
Anywho.
Okay.
My 4th one. He must believe in God.
Okay. I think that goes without saying. It should.
But it,
you
everybody's
have to put it out there.
different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You have to put that out there.
And he must be supportive. Allow me to be me. Do not try to stifle me, because everybody knows, which I have slowed down a lot as far as like trying to do 10 things at once.
Right.
But everybody knows I'm always trying to. And I remember especially when I had first started my t-shirt company, and I was just getting it. Like I'm working, I'm doing t-shirts, like I'm constantly busy.
Yeah.
And this one guy I had met, he was like, well, don't you think when you gonna go to sleep? Well, you got to get some rest. And I'm like, listen, I don't need to hear that shit right now. I got to get these t-shirt orders out. You know what I mean? Like I'm still trying to build my clientele. If I gave you my word on when these shirts gonna be done, I need to have them done.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to chase a goal, I want you to support me in that, not try to tell me not to do it.
To lay down.
Yeah.
I get it. So he should have asked you, what do you need help with?
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. I mean, he was just constantly like, well, when you gonna go to sleep?
Well, that's a person who doesn't understand. One, Black women are just driven. And there's so many different narratives behind why you women are driven. Being forced to be independent, for one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then adding children to that, and having to support those children, having to maintain and sustain a lifestyle that you desire yourself. It takes a lot versus just a regular job. So it puts you in a situation to go. You know what I mean? And for whatever reasons, I can go into those reasons. I'm going to say for right now, for whatever reasons, we don't have the same push per se for the same reasons.
For the same reasons.
You see what I'm saying? You guys is, in my mind, your push to get things done is more detrimental. And we're talking about a split household.
Yeah.
Than a woman who is a single mom of however many and has to get it for herself and her children.
Yeah.
All right. So that's dope, Nick. Okay.
So notice my 5 must-haves didn't have anything to do with how he looks, how tall he is, what he wears, none of that unimportant bullshit.
So I need to reevaluate
No.
my list while
I should
Ebony goes.
shut my mouth because now you're
Okay.
going to try to
All right.
gonna
No,
make
I'm
up
good.
some shit real
I'm
quick.
good. I just had to check and see, make sure I wasn't being vain.
No,
Ebony,
okay.
let's go. What you got for me?
Okay, so I actually had did mine before I even knew I was coming on here because I
Okay.
had read this book and it was something that she had said on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had made my list, which was a lot longer. And then when he said 5, I was like,
Oh,
dang,
yeah. I had
Okay,
to
so-
shorten this up real good.
But actually what happened was I was able to condense a lot of them to like just a category.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I have some of the same things on
Mhm.
my list as you do. My first one is mine is a little bit more specific, but
Okay.
he must have an active, loving relationship with Jesus. You got to love Jesus because if you love Jesus well, then
Mhm.
well.
Well.
If you love Jesus well, you'll love me well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all of that is when you talked about moral compass, all of that goes into that too. So like
Mhm.
I think that's where I was able to condense a lot of the
Okay.
character stuff in with loving Jesus because that kind of falls in line.
Right. Okay.
My second one is being a good communicator.
Mm.
My third
Very
is
important.
you have to be working towards your health.
Yeah.
You
That's
have to be
important.
working
Yeah.
towards your health.
Yeah.
And that was one that I had to recently add because I didn't realize how important it was until I
Mhm.
started meeting people who didn't, and I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
nope.
And
Yeah.
it's so funny how, like you said, it wasn't important before. But now as we get older,
Mhm.
those things that we took for granted, we like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I need you to be doing, like working on that. Yeah.
Okay.
My fourth is he has to be teachable,
Okay.
and the fifth he has to have a provider mindset.
Mm.
Okay. So let's go back to 1.
Okay,
All right.
all right. Love Jesus well, and that just it comes under character, moral character. Like, I mean, you're not gonna if you don't love Jesus well. I mean,
Mhm.
you're not gonna love me well.
So let me ask you this, because nowadays we have the spiritual or religious. Does that
Yeah.
matter?
Yes,
Okay. Tell me more.
because I need to know what spirit you contacting. What spirit are you in?
That part.
Okay.
We get to bring
Yeah.
in that shit in our house and be like,
What
what
spirit?
is he in there
It's a
doing?
lot of spirits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what
Yeah.
spirits you got?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in that, does he also need to have a church home for you?
I would prefer it. Like I mean, I would prefer that I go to church.
Right.
Mhm.
I would prefer you to go to church. I mean, I want to be on the same. I want us to be on the same level.
Mm.
No, I get that. That's
Yeah.
why I'm asking these questions. And it's not the like, it's just kind of probably, I'm asking these because you probably have already drilled it down on your list.
Mhm.
So just to give the people a little bit more. And even with that, so you would hope that he has a church home. Does it have to be a certain level of activity within the church?
I prefer you go.
Just attending is good.
I
We'll
mean,
start with attending.
yeah, start with the
Okay.
attending. I mean, you don't have to be a deacon,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and I'd prefer not to be a first lady.
You prefer not to be a first lady. Oh my
No.
gosh. Remember I told you about the women I got, Nikki?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to
That's
tell
gonna
you
be
about that.
very
Yeah,
interesting.
I'll tell you about that. Ebony.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to number 2.
That he has to be a good communicator.
Yeah, so what does communication look like to you?
One, you have to be open,
Okay.
willing to communicate. 2, you have to be emotionally intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Meaning, you know, I mean, you may not always know at the moment what you feel, but you can say you have enough verbal skills to say that, hey, I'm not sure what I'm feeling right now, but I
Right.
just know I
Yeah.
need to take a break or whatever. Another thing is you cannot be a person that shuts down.
Okay.
I can't deal with somebody. I am a overthinker, so you start shutting down, I start tripping. So I need for you to be able to, I'm serious.
Said
Like
I
I
start
just know,
tripping.
I
You a
just
Virgo?
know. Mm-mm.
Oh, because I know Tauruses and Virgos both are like that.
They start tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't.
I start overthinking,
Yeah.
and so you don't want
Yes.
me to have to think about what I
Yeah.
think you're doing,
Yeah.
or
That-
what I think
tell
you're
people all the
thinking.
time. Don't let me answer the questions for you because
Yeah,
my answers is gonna be completely fucked up, and then we gonna be done.
And probably untrue.
Probably.
Yeah.
well, you should have said
Yeah.
something. Should
Probably.
have said something.
But that's why you need to. That's why you need to
Yeah.
Right.
communicate.
So does the man get like, if I were to say, hey Ebony, I just need a moment. I'm not
That's
shutting
fair.
down, but I just need a moment, and my moment might last 3 days.
That's fair.
Can you not go deep in your
3
mind
days,
for
though?
3 days?
3 days? 3 days?
I might need 3
Okay,
days.
so I think it would depend on the severity of the discussion, but 3 days?
Okay.
Yeah, that's 3 days.
That's too much.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah,
In the words of
yeah.
Spids, that's a lot.
Do you understand the shit that we gonna tell ourselves? Even though you
Yeah.
said you need 3 days, okay, that's fine. But we still, our head gonna be
Thinking,
like,
yeah.
Okay, but part of that communication, I would assume, would be like, hey, babe, I haven't forgotten about it. I'm still.
That don't mean this gonna shut off.
Yeah, but I'm letting you know I'm still processing it. I haven't forgotten that you're concerned or that you want to address something.
I will accept that.
Okay.
I will accept that. I mean, I'm probably gonna bring it up again,
Right.
but I'll accept that. Like, if you're saying I'm still processing, I can accept that. But like, don't be that person that like I'm still processing until we sweep it under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And then you got to know how to argue and disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to know how to argue and disagree in a mature way. Like,
Yeah.
No name calling.
I don't do all the name calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At
yeah.
all. In
Okay.
fact, that's one of my deal breakers.
Mm.
Name calling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's instant. Like, say you've been in a relationship 9 months to a year. Everything has been good. Y'all on the same page. It just so happens in this 9 months to a year that a difficult moment, a hurdle arises. And this is your first time seeing this man in this element. And he calls you out your name, not disrespectfully. Well, it's all disrespectful, right? But it's not the ultimate disrespect. If he's not calling you a B or anything like that,
Okay.
right? So that's what I mean by the ultimate disrespect. But he said something that you don't like.
It depends on what he said.
So you are open to maybe addressing it and saying, hey, I don't like that. This was your one chance. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends. It depends on what it is. Cause I'm for real on like, now that I do shut down when you start cussing at me, you start.
How you go shut down and you just told me?
Because
I can't
we're
shut
done with the
down.
conversation. We're done talking when you start cussing and calling names. I don't, because I'm not gonna do that to you.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm
right.
not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call you names. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm not gonna do anything like that to you. So if you start doing that to me, we're done talking.
Yeah.
Because I go into this. I don't know who you talking to. I don't know who. I had a moment like that today at work. I don't know who she talking about.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
then it's gonna go left. Then it's gonna the yelling that I'm like that with the yelling. Don't yell at me because I'm not like I don't hear nothing, and
Mhm.
it's only a matter of time before I either leave or you gotta go
Mm.
because we not finna do all this hollering. You're not gonna keep hollering at me. Don't holler at me. That's a no for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I like it so far.
But you know what? On that communication piece, that's very, very, very important. But it's also the other side of that communication is being a good listener.
Yes.
Like you have to listen, because if you're not listening,
hmm
you can be doing all this. But if you're not listening to what I'm saying,
You could be doing all of this.
No, a man can too.
Okay.
A
All right.
man can, trust me.
I didn't mean you directly.
I
I'm just
know,
talking
but
about the woman.
I know,
I
and
done met
that's
some
why I say,
talkers.
yeah,
I done met some
yes. Oh
talkers.
my God.
Okay.
And then because they're bigger and louder, we'll try to overtalk you, and you not listening to nothing I'm saying.
I never understood that.
It happens.
I never understood that, only from the standpoint of, of course, I'm a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the women that I've dated, I'm automatically just going to be bigger than.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need to talk down
All
or
that,
yell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't need to be
But you know,
intimidating.
but-
My stature should be enough to say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a limit with this guy. I'm not going to go past
Yeah.
whatever limit. From the woman's standpoint, I'm hoping.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
what I
hoping.
was about to say, because you know that there are some women that
Mhm.
will, especially the shorter women.
Yeah, I'm more feisty.
But I don't do that though.
Okay.
But they may feel like they have to yell and do all that
Yeah.
to feel like you hear them.
Yeah.
It takes, like what she said, the mature
Yeah.
conversation.
I've had women who have cursed at me in a and over the phone, and I've just hung up the phone.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have been very guilty. Well, y'all know I cuss a lot anyways.
Well, I mean,
I have been guilty, not of calling a man out of his name. I've always been very conscious of that, right? But
I got you.
yeah.
But there's a difference in cussing in a conversation and cussing somebody out.
Yeah,
Right. Exactly.
There's a big
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
But I don't want you to be so, fluent in that you make that mistake.
Yeah. See, I got brothers, so I've learned that there's some lines you don't cross when it comes to getting into it with a man, and we're not men, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, Ebony, come on, let's go.
Working towards his health. I want somebody physically active. Like, I like to do stuff. I'm always doing stuff. I like being in the gym, and I like being able to do stuff and breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I had somebody get mad at me because I wanted somebody active. He hung up in my face because I wanted somebody active.
And that's what I was about to ask you. Are you one of them that's like, he got to be in the gym 3 days a week? Or is it just the fact that he has the capacity to work on his physical health?
That he's like, because you don't have to be a gym rat.
Okay.
So but you do have to be working on it. You have to be health conscious because, I mean, even though I'm in the gym all the time, I don't eat the best. So, I mean, I'm working on it, but not a whole lot. But
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Like,
it starts there.
I'm like, I will add healthy things, but I'm not gonna stop doing some of the stuff I do.
Right.
Just not.
Right.
But yeah, you have to be working on it. But it's not just physical health. It's mental health too. Like, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. You have to be willing to take care of yourself. Like, you can't run yourself in the ground, overwork yourself, all that kind of stuff. Like, because then you're no good to nobody.
We had in the group when we talked about the non-negotiables join the after party, NikAtNite after party group, but they had mentioned therapy is one of the if they're gonna date.
Oh, it's a non-negotiable.
That's a non-negotiable.
Okay.
You need to be seeking therapy.
I see that. I like it.
Like, just on a regular basis.
They didn't go deep, and if y'all want to chime in right now, let us know, what did you mean? Was it a consistent basis, or that they have ever sought therapy before and they're not opposed to therapy? Because it is, especially, and these were women who said this. So there are, men typically don't want to seek therapy. So that could be something that, it could be just the fact of, I just need to know that you're open to it.
Right. I think if you find a therapist, especially one that you're comfortable with, whatever, if you don't want to see them monthly, right? Then if whatever frequency that would allow you to still be considered a patient to that therapist, so that you don't lose out. Then get to that frequency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think you always need to check in.
D. King just chimed in and said mental health is a top for him. So I think the older we get, the more we realize how important that actually is. Mental and physical health. Because, especially if we talking longevity, I need you to be healthy. We can't control what life is going to throw at us, right? But we can do our best to try to fight whatever life throws at us.
Yeah.
And if you just want to sit on the couch and eat all day and don't never want to go walk or nothing, like you don't want to do anything to contribute to being healthy, shit, sounds like you trying to find somebody to take care of you.
Well, that's when you go get that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's that right there. That's what I'm not going to be doing.
Right.
At that point, you go get that insurance policy.
But you still, till death do you part. So now I got to be, I can't take my trips and shit because I got to take care of your ass.
No, you can. Put the insulin in the refrigerator. Get the pill box together. You got 6-7 days. You can be gone and come back.
I want to go back
she don't want to rush back because you can't get yourself together. Ain't nobody gonna be doing that.
Wait, if I'm gonna get you a nurse, it's gonna be a male nurse because ain't no woman. I'm not leaving no woman in my house.
Your mind. A male nurse. Okay.
I'm not leaving no woman in my house to take care of your ass.
Bath, you think it's gonna be from a male nurse?
That's why you
take care of yourself.
You gotta stop.
When I said,
you have a point.
When I said let's go walking, you should have went walking. Hey. That shit. You ain't
now you being bathed by a man.
I wish. Okay. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
That's incentive.
That part.
That's incentive.
Yeah. So you want to take care of yourself, and you want to be potentially bathed by
down.
Yo, y'all would be a real flagrant.
Get your shit together. I'm just saying.
Y'all be a real flagrant right now, and I love it. I love it.
Shell mentioned sometimes we just talk loud. We from Chicago, and that honestly is a thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was like that in New York, but we do talk loud
absolutely.
sometimes.
Absolutely. I always said with my I call her my sister, but it was a real close friend.
Mm-hmm.
When me and her got on the phone, and rest in peace to Chantel, love you, girl. When me and her got on the phone, you would think we hated each other. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conversation was just so aggressive.
You've met Sharon, right? Tall guy. He be at people sometimes. We be going camping.
Nick, you know
that's me and Sharon all day long. Yeah. And Sharon like fucking 6'5" or some shit. So he just talk, and he from the West Side.
Okay.
Those from Chicago, no, I'm throwing shade. I'm on some bullshit. But he from the West Side, and he talk loud, and we argue all day long. So people be looking like, oh shit, like. Girl, this is what we do. I ain't thinking about Sharon ass. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes we just kind of talk loud. And that's kind of messed up when you're dating and you're trying to communicate. And they naturally talk loud because I am one, that's a trigger for me. Don't yell at me. Do not yell at me. And so I'll never forget with my son's father, and we used to be talking. We'll, be having a conversation. It's just like, nigga, stop hollering at me. And he's like, I'm not hollering. This is just the way I talk. Well, it sounds like you fucking hollering at me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we gonna fix this, because we're not gonna get nowhere right now with this. Like, I don't know what you need to do, but we're not gonna get nowhere if you keep yelling at me.
So, I always like to reflect, right? And I haven't been in a relationship for a while, but what I will say is, especially when I was married, one of the things that I was accused of, or that her and her mother hated, was my tone.
Nonchalant.
Very.
Oh.
And I've tried to work on that. Again, I don't know if it.
But you know what? I will say this though. I have learned, especially now, that has helped, right? Because like I said, the younger Nikki was very feisty. Didn't give a fuck about saying what I had to say, right? Now, and I still, have my moments where I might jap out or whatever, but I have learned when you are dealing with somebody who has a calm demeanor, they make you feel like a fool.
That's not my fault.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you be like, ah.
Yeah, but that's not my fault.
Why are you mad?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
I'm not gonna lie, back when I was married, I was accused of being a yeller. And my kids might say that too.
Right.
They just hear yells. I don't be yelling.
Yeah.
They just hear it that way. But my ex-husband was very, very calm, and it would make me me so mad. And he would be like, calm down. No, you amp up. No, like it would make me so.
You want him to amp up in the debate? Wow.
Because he was too calm. Like, it just didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
It would make me mad because it was like something that you really needed to be.
Yeah.
No, like, you needed to have that energy for it. He didn't need to have that energy for it.
It's like, why you so calm right now?
Yeah, and then it be calm.
Because that cast out another argument like, oh, so you don't give a fuck. So then it's like,
there you go.
Well, I do give a fuck. But it don't sound like you give a fuck. Like, what's wrong?
See, that's y'all going into your heads again. Ease back. Come on back.
No, but it actually, after a while, it will make you be like, okay.
You yelling for no reason.
Yeah. You feel crazy. Like, I'm just hollering and his ass is just sitting over here calm. Like, well, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, but I had other things that went along with that probably made it worse. Like, I would smile or laugh.
Nope.
The higher she got, I found it funny.
Yeah.
And, it was hilarious to me.
That's gonna make somebody crazy.
Well, so with that, when you talk about mental health, right? I'm at that age. I've outgrown the crazy woman.
Okay.
Right. And I know for me, I'm not going to be the reason she's crazy. So it's a lot of things that I won't do now because I don't want to be the reason to bring that character out of you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's also about being a better partner for you, but selfishly, it's about maintaining my own peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever I got to do to help sustain and maintain my peace, and it involves you, I'm going to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That definitely helped maintain your peace. I remember one time, this was years ago, and I was single at the time, but one of my friends, a male friend, popped up at my house, and I wasn't at home. My son was at home, and so my son was like, Ma, he called me. He was like, he told me it just popped up, and I lost it because had I been in a relationship, now I got an unnecessary argument. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need one thing I don't do, and that's on one of my lists on here. I don't like arguing.
Right.
Listen, I don't want to do it, especially at this age. I just want to be happy and enjoy life. I understand that there's going to be some disagreements. I used to think you could be in a relationship without arguments. I was like, why? Like, why the fuck everybody want to argue? But then it was like, well, I guess there's going to be some disagreements within a relationship. I guess that comes with it. But I don't want to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just don't want to. So if I don't have to, don't start no fucking argument in my relationship. Don't give me no. I don't need no unnecessary stress.
Right.
You mean the man don't start the argument?
Man, friends, nobody.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't give his ass no reason to start talking shit to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't give me
that's
no
your
reason.
Preventative measure.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to.
I just want to make sure I'm tracking.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Okay.
Okay, but back to your list. The health.
Okay.
Mental and physical.
Yeah, and spiritual.
And
all
spiritual.
Of it. It's all encompassing.
And
just
spiritual.
Take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And then teachable. I think teachable kind of goes into mental health because, like, when I say teachable, you got to be willing to ask for help. You got to be willing to, like, know when you can't do something or be willing to be taught how to do something. Like, you can't be like, I got this.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Like, I got this mentality. No, you don't got it.
And men don't like.
Are you telling them like that, Ebony? That he don't?
If
I'm picking right now.
If you don't have it and you acting like you do, like, I mean, sometimes you just don't.
Will sit there and try, and it's okay. Like, especially if we know or if we
Give
can
me a situation. I need a situation because we're not gonna just.
I'm gonna say a situation.
Yeah, I gotta defend my brothers. Directions for what?
Anything.
Driving.
We got
putting
this.
things together. Driving.
I was literally about to say that. Putting things together.
Something. If you want something put together, leave me alone. I don't need you hovering over me. Because at the end of this project, there will be some extra screws. Some extra bolts. It's going to be sturdy. My mind just works the shortcut route. And I think we need these extra bolts and screws anyway in case somebody breaks something, I can replace one. But everything is, every hole in this whatever assembly will be filled.
Okay.
But I don't need you hovering over me. Let me put on this game. Let me lay this out. The schematics on the side, this out on the floor.
Yeah.
You go read a book.
Yeah, well, that's what we would love to go do.
Yeah. I'm not asking you for help in that.
If you sitting in there an hour later,
that's my time.
You still done put two pieces together. And then I be, ooh. No? Okay.
I think that's a control thing.
But I know this nigga.
I think that's a control thing.
But let me say this. Sean Williams just said men don't like to admit they need help. It's true.
Sean not talking about in
all things. Y'all do not like to admit that y'all need help.
Sean not talking about in regards to directions. So in directions when it comes to driving. Yeah, I'll pull up navigation.
Like to admit that you need help when you're having emotional issues.
Yeah, I just told you earlier, Ebony, I need a minute.
You need a minute, but like, what if you can't figure it out?
Oh, then I'll come to you. No, honestly, at this point in my life, I will come to you.
Okay.
Look, this is what I've been thinking about. These are the solutions that I came up with. They're not seeming to work. What else how else do you think I should go about doing this? I'm first going to tell you what I'm dealing with first, right? Because I want you to know why you may feel a shift in energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want the woman to feel like she's ostracized or not being cared for, right? Because I'm dealing with something. So I'll let you know, hey, Ebony, hey, Nikki, got something going on right now. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to process. I got a few things. I think I can figure it out. But I just want to let you know this is where I'm at mentally right now. Allow me some space.
This is also the thing that, you know, we choose mates. The women are supposed to be the helpmeet. Mm-hmm. But we choose mates that are supposed to be assets to our lives, right? So if you got a good woman there who can think, why not utilize that asset?
You want my truth?
Yeah.
My truth, and from some of my brothers, I will say I can't speak for all of them. But from some of my brothers, it's almost going to the well too much. You don't want to go to the well too much. Okay. So you don't want to lean on that woman too much because now she may have a different picture of you always asking for help. Dang, he can't never figure nothing out on his own.
So
yeah, yeah, come on, Ebony.
Well, no, but
come on, Ebony.
But that's one of those things of like what you said, when you have tried to come up with those solutions, or even if you come to us and say, this is what I think, right? So we know that you have put some time into this shit, right? You ain't coming just say, hey, tell me what to do. Right. No, we don't want you to come to us and say, tell me what to do. But we do want you to come to us and say, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? Or, you know what I mean? And then, like, again, utilize us. If you have an asset, utilize that asset.
Yeah, but I'm going to pause y'all both on that, right? Because y'all are both two well-educated women. One working in the school system, right? Doing what she does, helping people out. There's a certain level that you're already at, you assume that your partner may be at a certain level mentally, and he may not be there. And let's also account for people becoming lazy and now finding out that you are so efficient and proficient in what you do, and what may take me a few hours, you can get done or figure out in 15, 20 minutes. May force me to go to the well more often than not.
But that's a part of the relationship.
Yeah, but you're going to get tired of me coming to the well.
Well, but there's going to be things you're going to get tired of me doing. You know what I mean? Right. So that's the part of the relationship.
I can never tell you that I'm tired of you coming to me.
No. But that goes back to like what they say about the man or the woman cutting the grass, right? Or the woman paying the bills. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So everything, what works for a person's relationship is what works for them.
If that's not your strength,
right?
Rely on the person
Exactly.
that is.
Okay.
Exactly.
Fellas, you heard it here first.
Chris Cole said, we come to women. Okay, I ain't got my glasses on, y'all.
Why you take your glasses off?
Listen, it said, we come to women as we trust your opinion if we really with you. So if y'all really with the woman, like y'all rock with them, y'all solid, y'all will trust her opinion and go to her. But if it's somebody you just fucking with, I guess, you ain't gonna do it because you still trying to put on a facade.
No,
is that what that is?
Putting on a facade?
Not necessarily putting on a facade, but you're still trying to win her over. So I guess it goes back to your point of you don't want to go to the well too much because you don't want her to feel like you can't make decisions or you can't think.
I'm not confiding in you unless we're in a relationship, period.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's me as a man. I don't need you in that realm of my life.
Yeah.
At this point in time.
Yeah.
It's for us to have a good time.
But let's say in decision making, right? Let's say that you are faced with a decision that you need to make. You are struggling on what's the next move. And you meet a chick and she cool. She seemed to have a decent head on her shoulders. It's not anything that's related to your finances or no shit that you gonna hold to your chest. You wouldn't talk to her and ask her what was her opinion on it.
Hey, Nick, let me tell you about my homeboy.
Say if it's something that she actually is her strength.
Yeah, let me tell you about my homeboy.
Okay.
That's how I'm leading into it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Let me tell you
not
about
you.
Yeah, let me tell you about my homeboy.
Okay.
Man, can you believe he got blah 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 blah? I just think it's crazy. And on top of that, this is what I would have done if I was him. And that's going to generate her to say whatever her thought process would have been in the situation.
Yeah.
Because now we're just having conversation.
Yeah.
You don't have no vested interest.
Yeah.
It almost creates a judgment type free zone of each other.
Yeah. And Chris just agreed with you. He just said, I wouldn't even ask if we're not solid.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something, we learning something today about these men.
Where you at?
I like
YouTube
when I
or
learn
Facebook?
something. I'm on Facebook right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, but yes, if I just feel like a lot of times, and I think it's an ego thing, your ego won't allow you to utilize the asset that you have.
It's not an ego thing. We're talking about being in a solid relationship.
But even in a solid relationship, you just said you don't want to go to the well too many times.
Yeah,
but if this is your woman, this is your wife.
Yeah, but
you know
this
what I mean?
is
With
if it's
y'all a
life
partnership.
altering. This is if it's life altering, if it's life impacting.
What if it's not life impacting?
Then I got
what if it's
this.
just you may not have
But yeah,
it.
what if you don't?
Right.
Then we'll talk about it then.
You might make a bad decision, and then that's really might piss her off.
Why would it piss her off if it's not impacting us?
Why the fuck would you do that and didn't talk to me about it?
If it doesn't impact us, see, you're not listening. I'm asking you. You know I'm throwing shade right now, right?
I know.
But if it's not life impacting, if it doesn't impact this relationship, let me fail. It's okay for me to fail.
It's still hard to watch. And I know you finna say something about that control shit. I already know where you finna go.
And if you fail and it impacts you too negatively, it's gonna impact her.
You mean like I go into a dark, deep depression or something? Yeah. I'm not gonna have that type of failure without you being involved.
Okay.
Me
and Keisha
personally,
just said it's not making her feel involved in your world. Y'all don't be mad at me. I'm gonna have my glasses on next time or something. I gotta zoom in. Or
you can't blow it up.
Well, listen, she said that's not making her feel like she's involved in your world if you keeping her out of it, your decision making.
Yeah, and y'all look, I'm trying to follow them on YouTube. I'm bad at this too. That's why this is Nick's thing. I love it.
So,
but shout out to hold on real quick.
Okay.
Shout out to Natalie. Keisha as well, Autism Mama Tells, Dawn Stone. Yeah, shout out to all of y'all for tuning in and shouting out. I'm reading them.
Child, them comments is smaller than Facebook. Lord, I'm shit. No, I'm just kidding.
You need your Fred Safford's?
Woo, you know what we gonna do? We gonna have Fallon and Keisha in here next time, and they gonna have to tell us what's going on. Woo, child,
you're gonna need some help.
Let me tell you something. I was in denial about these glasses, even in wearing them. I'm like, I don't really need them. Now I'm like, ooh, okay. But so you have to involve her, because is just like what I say with my son.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those mistakes you don't have to make. Exactly. If you just talk to somebody about it. Some of them you ain't got to make. Okay. And it's not about asking me to think for you. It's not about asking, somebody to make decisions for you. It's just bouncing shit off their head. You know what I mean? Like some of the mistakes you ain't got to make.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What's next on your list? I'm sorry, we just
That's okay. Just having a provider mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
not being a
protector. Very, very similar to you. We too old to be rappers. We're too old.
This mixtape hot over here though. It's fresh off.
We too old. I'm not looking for potential. You must come fully potential.
I was literally about that potential. I need you to already be
already done. I mean, that doesn't mean. And so when I say provider mindset, I'm looking for somebody that's equal, a professional. You don't have to have the same job, but you have a similar lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That you are ambitious. Like you're I mean, you don't have to like So when I say ambitious, it has to be balanced because also we are a certain age, and
Right.
I don't want you like working so hard. Like I'm 5 years from retirement, and so you know, I don't want you. I'm ready to enjoy this part, so I don't want you working so hard that we cannot enjoy
together.
life. Yeah. So, but have some ambition, like, you know, for the next phase of of our lives. Like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Whatever. I mean, I still got plans after retirement, but you know, not to just sit around.
Because sometimes, ambition was always very, very high on my list of what I needed in a man. And then life started teaching me you can be too ambitious. And then you're so ambitious because, just like I said, one of my must-haves is don't stifle me. So I don't want to stifle him, right? And so me telling him slow down is being contradictory to what I would want, right? But I don't want your ass to be constantly busy and going, and you have no time for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like to travel. So if you constantly busy and we can't take trips, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So like you said, I would like there to be some balance. And then there are some who are overly ambitious and they're not really, I'm an earth sign. So I am very logical.
Yeah.
And I am one of them that have a plan A, B, C, and D. So if you only got a plan A and you don't care about B or C or D, just jump out there and this shit don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a problem. That would drive me up the wall because I am like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, me and air signs, and my son is air sign. Oh my God. I'd be like, think about what you're saying. Does that make sense? Think about, like, let's think this shit all the way through. Well, mama, you thinking too deep. See, they always say that. You thinking too deep.
Okay.
You're not thinking deep enough.
And imagine having that as a mate who is supposed to be the head of the household. And your ass is over here just in la la land. And I'm supposed to be trying to follow you jumping off this fucking cliff. No.
Well, if he got plan A, then you supposed to have B, C, and D.
But y'all don't listen. And then you don't want to hear my plan B, C, and D. No, y'all don't. First of all, you don't want to ask. And then you know what happens. They start lying.
Lying?
No,
How
I got
did we
it.
get here?
No.
Hold on. How did we get here?
Y'all get to lying to us. I'm like, I got it. No. I had thought about that. I got a plan. Ain't got nan plan. You just know that I need you to have a plan, but you're going to lie to me and tell me you got a plan. And then when that shit don't work, so what's the next plan? Well, shit. What you mean? Well, shit. What's the plan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be a thing for me. That would drive me up the wall. I need, like you said, the man is the house, the head of the household.
Right.
He has to have that mindset where he can lead. Being a provider is being a leader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The provider, protector, all of that is together.
Right.
The man should be protecting. And when we talk about protection, that's not just on a physical basis. Protecting her heart, protecting her mind. You know what I mean? Making
that
sure.
Mind? That mind where y'all go down this.
That's why you got to communicate.
No, that's a part of protection.
Exactly. Communicate.
Definitely a part.
I'm just having fun.
If you know her mind gonna get the race of this shit, you better get in front of it.
Don't do stuff.
Give me a moment. Okay.
See, that's not protecting. Because you said, go drive yourself crazy for the next 3 days. And y'all, I think y'all like that shit too.
No, for real? No, at this age, no, ma'am. I will write your ass a letter. If I got to write you a letter, I will. You go to sleep, I will sit up and write you a letter. Make your lunch. Put that shit in your lunch bag. Read that while I'm at work. Yeah.
Nephew said, "No, for real. What's the plan?" That's me. Like for real. What's the plan? Like what's the plan?
Yeah.
That Nikki, that's why you can't tell them you have plan B and C. Well, they don't. They gonna already know that because that's just how I'm wired.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm wired.
And we're talking about
that's
in a relationship. We're not talking about these people that may not make the cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I think the list that you guys are talking about is somebody that you think you feel you have a future with, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Some of it kind of leads to getting there, but some of these other things, as we dive deeper, is the person you already feel you have a future with. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not gonna lie though, attraction was on there though. Not gonna lie. I mean, because none of this work if I can't look at you.
Right.
So funny story. I learned real young to not base it off of attraction.
Right.
Because, and I told this story a couple of weeks ago, I ended up dating a guy that I was not attracted to at all. Like, I was rebuking him. I was like, no, this ain't gonna work. Mm-hmm. And I ended up falling in love with this boy. Like, I was heartbroken. I was like, how the fuck?
I can see that, and I saw that, and I agreed with you.
Yeah.
But they gotta grow on you.
They have to grow. Absolutely.
It wasn't like a
yeah. They gotta grow on you because I was like,
no,
shit, I was trying to do this ain't
no.
But yeah, I had to learn to overlook that because that really happened, and it was just like, damn. Now I'll tell you what though. Baby, it suck when they play you. I know you fucking lying.
When they play you, when the ugly guy plays you.
Yes.
Are you? You be like, are you serious, nigga? Like,
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Woo, baby, that's crushing. I let this ugly motherfucker play me.
Right.
And when you crying and shit, I know you ain't crying over this motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell nobody because you crying over.
Because you
see him.
You done made an exception and he treating you bad.
Yes. I done introduced you to people and shit. I done had you outside with me.
The exception dude.
The exception. Yes, he was supposed to be nice and good for you. All the things. Like he was.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because what movie was it? Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Mm-hmm. When Lynn Whitfield built up Bobby Brown. I think it was Bobby Brown, the character.
Was it Martin?
No. She was with Martin, you're right. But who built up Bobby Brown? One of them characters built up Bobby Brown.
I think you got the movie mixed up.
Wasn't Bobby Brown like a mechanic or something?
Was that Thin Line?
That shit was
I don't remember.
I don't know, but whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
So the woman builds the man up, builds up his confidence, maybe makes him more attractive and appealing to you.
And then he starts feeling himself. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is, other women, now he getting their attention.
Yeah, because if I bagged you, surely.
So then they start feeling themselves.
Yeah,
and want to play you.
But I mean, okay, let me. I'm gonna say this because I had this conversation with my friends. Men who have somebody look better than men who are single, and the reason why is because women. Like if you have somebody, you put something on, you be like, take that off. You ain't going nowhere with me like that. Mm-hmm. Like so you have somebody to check what you're wearing. Whereas if you ain't got nobody, you walk out and you be like,
yeah, facts. But men do need to realize that the woman that you choose oftentimes will make you look better than you actually are.
Yes.
We know this. I mean,
now, some of them don't know.
When you
don't know
showing out, then
oh my God, that if anything,
I'm trying to figure out where's the responsibility at, and when are you guys going to accept the responsibility that you built this, you caused this problem. I mean, you did this. It sounds like a lack of accountability and responsibility.
So we supposed to get with you and just leave you like you is?
No. But you should know what comes with it. Listen, you should know what comes with it.
And that's what I was about to say. So if there was ever a reason that attraction or a physical look would be on my list, it would be because of that. Because a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to act. They get the feeling theyself, and that I ain't got another time to get played by an ugly nigga. I ain't got that in me no more.
So if we build you up, we're responsible. What are we supposed to do every day? Just every now and then say, sit your little ugly stuff down.
I mean, there's a way. There's got to be a way that you can keep somebody humble, in a sense, right? Or you need to make sure that they have a humbling or humble personality. I don't know.
No, I was gonna say
I don't know. But if you can't take him when you met him and he was wearing Velcro shoes, and now you got him with the latest Jordans, then yeah, he go act up. You like for him to be healthy. If he halfway into health, he pretending, and now he getting with you, and now he in the gym, and now he starts seeing muscles. Oh yeah.
No, and
you
so
might
you're
have
saying
created a problem.
You're saying that we supposed to keep the men humble, but we also supposed to submit to these men.
I'm not saying
so if
you're
this
supposed
is your
to
man,
keep him humble. I'm saying maybe you need to be more attentive to whether he has a humbling personality about himself.
So they always come in humble.
Yeah, but that's part of the game. It's part of the game.
And then they start feeling themselves. And then you have to be like,
but sometimes that person has always felt themselves. They just needed somebody to or confirm, reassure them of the confidence that they thought they had. Most men walk around with a level of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most men walk around with a certain level of confidence.
So let's talk about the flip side of that when dating somebody that's not attractive, because I don't want to keep saying ugly. Let's talk about somebody that's not attractive. Because when you're talking about this confidence, the low self-esteem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to deal with that. And I remember
you're not going to be attracted to him. We don't got to go there. You're not going to.
Well, I'm not, but some people might. Right? We helping the masses right now.
Okay.
And I know somebody had put on their list of.
So now they saving people?
Well, no, not necessarily, right? Because, if
I come across somebody with low self-esteem
is masked too.
Yeah, well,
a lot of them mask that shit.
Yeah, but I could see it when you start always beating yourself up.
They don't do that necessarily.
They do it in different ways.
They do it in different ways.
Well, I mean, low self-esteem can also come in a relationship. You go through periods where, like, because I can say when I was married, I went through periods after I had babies,
right,
of like confidence, just because your body's not where it's supposed to be, and you're just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you in a relationship, you can have have those lows where that person is dealing with low self-esteem.
Yeah, I mean you get that, but I mean in that scenario, then I'm gonna kiss on them scars. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rub on them scars. We got these together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my outlook on it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as helping maintain the confidence that you had before these things arrived.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about the person who is always beating themselves up for whatever reason.
Well,
I don't got the capacity to keep raising your ass.
I have experienced it where they have not beaten themselves up. They mask it very well. The low self-esteem comes into the insecurity of, well, where you going? And who is that? And who you talking to?
Yeah, I'm going to the moon, Alice. Ain't that what my man said? What was his name? I'm going to the moon, Alice. I'll see you when I get back.
Yeah,
we're not doing all of that.
Yeah.
Because I listen.
Like
that's
you said, constant validation.
Having to validate.
Mm-hmm.
I have come across somebody like that. Like, okay, so I am notorious for first dates only.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely have anymore. So I had one guy that I've gone on 4 dates with. I liked him, but like he was constantly, "Hey, do you miss me?" No, nigga, I don't miss nobody. Like I don't like that's where I am right now is like I enjoy my free time. I enjoy my me time.
Right.
So like I can look forward to spending time with you. I can enjoy the time we spend, but like if you're gonna ask me, do I miss you? No.
That person probably
validation.
Needs
what's the new thing Facebook doing? I've been seeing they making a doll of the people. They probably need a doll. Have you seen them little memes or whatever?
Yeah.
Where Facebook is creating like a doll of yourself or and your. I'll leave them with that. They can have that doll, and I'll put a voiceover track or whatever.
Yeah.
Talk to that.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah, I can't do the. So I'm with you on that. I can't do the constant like validating. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
no. I definitely, especially being a woman. So that's why I say I oftentimes feel sorry for men, because I understand that from what I've heard that y'all feel like, or y'all have to always compliment your woman. And it is nice. Don't get me wrong. It's very nice. But when you have somebody where you have to constantly do that shit, I think I wouldn't be able to do it.
I could be wrong, but I think women compliment men in a different way, per se, right? Like if I'm about to go somewhere and I come out the room smelling good, you might be like, what's that you wearing? And where you about to go? You see what I'm saying?
I'll be like, oh, shit. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on the relationship, you may be able to play with that, have a little tennis match with that. But I think that in itself is a compliment without a compliment. You know what I'm saying? You acknowledge that I smell good. You want to make sure I ain't around these streetwalkers, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? Because I might get snatched up. You know what I'm saying?
Where the fuck you going?
Now you might need to, when I come back home, you might need to have on that
Let me tell you,
thing.
this used to be my thing, honestly. I was like, I ain't buying no man no cologne unless he my husband. Because if we break up, I'll be damned if you want to run around in these streets smelling good for somebody else.
Wow.
Literally, yeah.
Fair.
I'm not doing it.
What?
No. Not gonna be smelling good for nobody else.
Yeah, but I mean, that's hilarious. But at this age,
break that bottle.
Why would you break the bottle?
And give it to my son and shit. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow, fellas, do y'all hear this? This is insane.
No, literally though, I used to would buy my son cologne. Like if it was some cologne that I smelled, they would smell good. I would just buy it for my son and my brother, not buying it for a man.
Wow. Me and my homegirl Q, we got this running thing. I'll know when she's, because I'm trying to protect the innocent, right? I'll know when she's serious about a dude when she gifts them this thing. I don't want to say what that thing is right now, just for the sake of it, that the person may not have gotten it yet. But when they're gifted this one thing, I know that she's serious about that person. You know what I'm saying? But cologne, at this age, I'm going to smell good with or without you.
Look, Lab said I'm petty. I am.
You are.
And y'all should smell good with or without
at this age, that's part of the thing that draws you in.
It is.
Me walking by, you catching a whiff like.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all.
Now, if I'm Biggie and I walk by smelling like, woof.
I'm going to tell y'all.
You can turn around and I'm going to bag you.
That's a secret right there.
Yeah.
I've always said that, like, that's a secret because I know I'd be like, oh, who is that? I smell something.
I know.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
Chris
I went and got some more today.
I used to be like that about bed, and I'm not buying sheets and comforters for you to lay it with somebody else.
Who said that?
Fair.
Crystal. She said, no. Petty. We
bedding?
petty.
The bedding? Yeah, but see, because of you, Crystal, I have learned what 1,000 thread count feels like, and I know where to go get it on my own. Bye.
Yeah. I don't know. I just had a thing about that cologne thing because I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. Now how we Mike.
All right, y'all keep going because y'all ain't let me take my list yet.
we about to hit her. She done with her list. We about to hit her list and then
we gonna get Mike's list. I want to go last.
Oh, how you gonna go last?
In case
we still got our
your non-negotiables.
Yes,
y'all can go to that too. I don't need to be a part of this. We can circle back again, and if Ebony's willing to come back, Ebony can come back, and then we can do the men's side of it.
So I'm gonna start on my. What I absolutely cannot. These my absolutely cannot. First one is a cheater. I'm so big on that. And I don't even, I do know. I understand. I'm a Taurus. And they say that we are possessive. But it's not necessarily that I'm possessive. I just don't share. Not my man. Not when it comes to that. Like, I'm not sharing my man. If I'm in a relationship, it's us. I don't do that shit. So if you feel like, and then the other part of it is, I'm always so big on trying to do everything that I need to do to be a good mate. So, and I'm big on communication. So I'm accountable. if you tell me I'm not doing something, let me know that and give me an opportunity to fix it. If you're not communicating to me, then that's not fair to me because you're not giving me an opportunity to fix it, right? But if you communicate to me and I don't fix it, then that's on me.
Right.
And I'll eat that, right? I ain't gonna like it, but I'll eat that because you tried to tell me, babe, I need you to do this shit and I ain't do it. That's on me. But to just go out there knowing that when I'm in a relationship, it ain't really shit that I won't do for my man. Except for like some threesome type shit. We not doing that. I'm
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
But for that all that other shit, we can work that shit out, right? So it's not much that I won't do for him. So I feel like you could have came to me.
Right.
We could have fixed that. You didn't have to go outside for nothing. You know what I mean? So if you went outside, there's something you're not receiving. So go on over there. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Second one is someone who likes to argue. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I get too mad, for one. So it takes me, like I always say, I'm like David Banner and Incredible Hulk. So once I get to Incredible Hulk, now I got to calm down and shit and get back to David Banner. That's too much. I don't want to do that. Not in my relationship.
Right.
Like I said, I understand that there are certain arguments that we may get into. But if we can avoid that shit, let's avoid that shit. Let's talk about it. And I'm also real good with, to Paul's point, give me a minute, right? Because I know me, and if I'm really upset, this might not be the time to talk about that shit. So let's talk about it later. So I'm real big on, you know what? Let's talk about this later, not right now. Because if we talk about it right now, I'm going to be way up here. And we ain't going to get no resolution. And it's going to be a waste of time. It's just going to be a whole bunch of yelling. No real conflict resolution. Fuck it. Okay. But I can't do the arguing thing. I don't want to.
Yeah. Arguing to make me shut down. We ready to double dutch my man in? I got backup.
You got backup?
I got backup. Slide your chair closer, brother, so you get to the mic.
Kane done joined us.
Sorry it took me so long to get here, y'all.
No,
you good. Appreciate you.
Listen. I travel, they got me back in the office and shit 3 days a week. Oh, no. And some days it take me about an hour and a half to get home. You know, they making everybody get in. So I felt your struggle. Boy, they might
away from Fort Worth more than
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have already talked about our 5.
I've been online. I've been on YouTube checking y'all out most of this ride. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all.
So do you have 5 must-haves?
Yeah, I actually put a list together.
Man, look at this, man. People did their work. Oh, God, Nathan.
I don't think Paul did his work.
I did do my work.
Last.
I did. I'll show it to you. I don't know if I'm going to share it, but see, it's right there.
Okay.
So you got it? Yeah.
Let me say, that looks short.
Oh, it's 5 things.
It's 5 and 5.
5 and 5.
It didn't say elaborate.
Yeah.
It said
I figure we'll elaborate with in the conversation.
I'm gonna finish my non-negotiables real quick though, because I was on 2. I actually got 6 though. I got an honorable mention.
Wow. Wow.
3 is an atheist.
Okay.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay.
4 is a liar.
You mentioned that.
Liar and a cheat is the same.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Abuse. Or somebody who's controlling. Ain't gonna be able to do
verbal,
it.
Physical?
All of it.
All of it. I love it. Okay.
All of it.
Okay.
And I'd be damn. See, that would be, I know that people do verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm. Well, I asked that because sometimes verbal abuse isn't as recognizable as physical abuse.
Yeah, when you trying to say little sly shit, I catch on, hey, what? And then you repeatedly saying little sly shit. What's going on here?
Well, I mean,
this not what we do. You know what I mean?
It's something that I think could be more detrimental, but isn't as visual to the outside world and those who know you. It's not easy for them to identify.
For me, it would be like being trapped in a box, because I ain't built like that.
Yeah.
I ain't built like that, and you ain't gonna just say whatever you want to say to me without me reacting, and then this shit finna be toxic. So we need to leave each other alone.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you ain't gonna be able to talk to me any kind of way.
All right.
And my honorable mention is a Capricorn. Can't do it.
Straight Zodiac, huh?
Listen, I know within 2 sentences of a conversation, you're a Capricorn, ain't you?
How many times have you tried to date one?
I almost married one.
That was
Do you
one time.
understand how I would have? So I have I have met a few, and I'm telling you, within 2.
Okay. I just want to make sure that you have the testing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it's like,
Okay.
what's wrong with you?
All
You're
right.
a Capricorn, ain't you? When's your birthday? And they be like, January or December. I knew it.
Okay.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
I'm gonna pivot for a moment, my man.
Go for it.
Ebony, let's get your non-negotiables. Then we'll get to my man.
So number one, I mean, you have to, like I said, you have to believe in Jesus. So I can't do nobody that
Right.
don't. Equal addiction, any type of addiction.
Okay.
Any type of addiction, I can't do it.
Right.
I've lived like that before. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah.
And then abuse, verbal, physical. You can't put your hands on me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you can't put your hands on me, and you can't talk to me because then I go to that place like, who you talking to?
Yeah, you look like you might be a hot grit type of woman. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Or you might Al Green a dude.
No,
have
not
calmed.
with the boy.
I've calmed down a lot. Like
Yeah.
So the way I grew up and the way my parents used to argue is where I learned how to argue. And so when I got married, the things that I hated the most about my stepdad, I became those things. And so I had to work on it. I had
Okay.
to really, really work on it to change. And so I'm not going to have nobody taking me back to that place because I'm not one of the hardest fights we ever had. We had to get 2 new cars.
Wow.
Yeah, out there acting a fool in the apartment.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but to be fair, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
So
thank God for growth.
Yes,
Because
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, we can disagree. We can have a
They
conversation.
destroyed 2 cars.
2 cars.
I want to believe it was all her, and they destroyed both cars.
I was the aggressor.
See.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started it. I'm not gonna lie. I started that. That was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most men ain't finna jack their cars.
No, that's why I'm saying it's her.
Out there acting a plumb fool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Headphones.
But
good.
I'm not gonna. You're not gonna take me there. I'm not gonna be doing
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. At this point, we got shit to lose. See, back then we was young. You ain't really. You was reacting, you know. Now we like, you know what? So that's why, like for me, like I said with the arguing, you ain't finna take me there. Like, you know what? And that's why I can't date a Capricorn. I swear to God, them motherfuckers, they will make everything a fucking argument. Like, what? Why is this a debate? Like,
even
you
the
know
hello,
what? Man,
the good morning.
You would be surprised. Well, why Why is it a good morning? The fuck?
Leave him alone.
No, I'm sorry, I said something.
Leave him alone.
Shit.
Oh my God.
Why? But the sun is. It's cloudy and shit. You know what? My bad. I swear to God, I'm sorry. I messaged you. I won't do that shit no more. I promise you.
Wow.
That's
Say not man nutter.
That's funny.
CF.
Yep.
What's your must-haves?
I'm very shallow. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with that. If you're not physically attractive, miss me. I'm not even.
Wow.
First of all, I'm not gonna approach you if I'm not already physically attracted. So
Yeah.
that's got to be a given. Then once I talk to you, girl, have some sense, please. I need an intellectual.
Be able to have a conversation.
Please, and thank you. And I'm not talking about what you watched on Real Housewives or
right.
No, and don't just regurgitate what you saw on CNN either. Be able to talk to me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
One of my biggest things though is something my grandmama said: people ain't got no more. And that's common sense. Please just have some.
That is
sense.
actually very rare these days.
Absolutely.
It seems like it's very rare.
Yep. And then you got to be respectful. You know, and I'm not talking about just towards me, but towards people in general.
Yeah.
Now we can sit back and talk about folks all night and day long.
Right.
You know what I'm
Because it's fun to
talking about?
people watch.
Right.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah.
But be respectful. And my biggest thing I would say is I need you, or I want you to want me, but not need me.
Okay.
Because if
Don't
you
make
need me,
you-
I'm already turned off.
Yeah.
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 Don't tell me that your bills is due. Please don't tell, because my bills do too. What we finna do?
You know what? I heard that those conversations will come up like on day 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
pay my bill?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
day 2 of
get
the conversation. Oh, some of y'all sisters out here trash.
Boy, for real.
Yeah, like Oscar the Grouch type trash. Like they've been on Sesame Street a long time.
I heard
and they
that some of
content
these
being there.
conversations come up in like second
Yeah.
conversation.
I really
Real
did
quick.
think that was just like stuff people was putting on Facebook just to like
Nah.
start stuff.
no,
But then
no.
people have asked me like, what do I
Yeah.
think? But I'm like, has somebody said that to you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's what I've heard.
It happens. It
And
happens.
that's when I become the ghostwriter.
It get little on it real quick. Hey, last
Get
message
some,
just
but
seen.
you know what?
Yeah.
Man, they just turned my lights off.
For real?
Hey, yeah.
You got some candles?
I ain't even saying that. Hey, that's my son on the other line.
I'm gonna call you right back.
I put so much shit on my son. I love that dude.
That's
man.
why you have kids. Exactly.
Yeah.
So they can be
Hey. That's important.
I
That
had
sounds
a
really
dude-
important.
But I had a dude do me like that. Like I literally had a dude. So after about the 3rd time, I said, "Are you used to women taking care of you?" He's like, "No, I ain't never had no woman." Oh, okay, because I'm wondering why the fuck these conversations keep coming up, right? Like, why you keep telling me about or sending me some shit that he like? Nigga, I'm not buying that shit. What you sending me that for, right? So I'm playing it cool. Yeah, after a while, I said, "Hey, listen." And my son was young, too. Look, I got enough shit on my plate. Sound like you got a lot on your plate. Maybe right now, it's just not the time for us to be trying to do nothing. Like, let's just, we can remain to be friends.
Yeah, but Nick, I mean, you come out there with the freshest J's all the time.
I don't care.
I'm just saying,
Listen,
he might have wanted some J's too.
this man would send me shit. Like, I like that. Oh, okay.
I'm glad I know you like it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I said, I think this nigga used to women take care. I'm not her.
Probably.
I'm sorry, I'm not her. I asked him point blank, though, are you used to women? Because I'm not.
So that
Like-
ain't you. I already know it, yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. One thing about me, I am my mother's child, baby. What come up will come out of my mouth. I'm not. I ain't about that life now. I understand if, that's what you accustomed to.
Right.
But that ain't what I do.
Okay.
And I had to stop talking to him. But I just want y'all to know that we deal with that type of shit, too.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm sure it is out there.
Let's talk about your list.
Damn. I
Because
mean,
you
was
really
you done?
tried to
I
skate.
mean, that was my 5. That was
He
my
gave
5
us
of my
5.
dues.
Wow.
my
Let's
must-haves.
go.
Jesus, I think we about out of time.
I knew that's what he was trying to do.
we
Let's
about out of
go,
time.
Paul.
All right, so number 1 for me, well, not number 1, but be challenging. And when I
Okay.
say challenging, I mean in the sense of
Combative.
no, hell no. Challenging from a stretching of the mind.
Okay.
Having your own thing going on. When we
Okay.
have conversations, let it be something that I possibly wouldn't have thought of, a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So challenging in that way.
Okay.
Spiritual, but in the sense of loving the Lord,
Okay.
having God
Like
as
you
your
say,
center.
what kind of spirit?
And I use
Right.
spiritual from the standpoint of sometimes I understand how difficult it could be to commit to the building. But if you believe in the Trinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you understand that there is a God, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, we're good. We can start building from there.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of gratitude. A sense of gratitude just from a standpoint of if I'm out here busting my ass,
Mhm.
making sure we're good,
Show some appreciation.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not asking for a whole
Yeah.
lot. Just a little gratitude. Be loving, and then lastly, being able to communicate properly. So I think we've all touched on
That
communication.
communication.
So being able to communicate properly.
Mhm.
And that's like we've mentioned a lot of times, having them difficult conversations
Mm-hmm.
in a safe place, calm demeanor. We don't got to start yelling. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna yell.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Natalie earlier, and we was talking about conversations, and I was like, "Yo, at some point, I need to ask you. So my form of communication, right, to the woman I'm dealing with is, do you need me to hear or do you want feedback? Because now I know, right?
How you supposed
what
to?
my role is.
Yeah.
Because I need to know my role. Because you might just want to vent.
Yeah.
But know that if you venting, I'm not digesting 100% of this shit. I might take.
I heard every fifth word. I promise you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
just being honest about it.
Oh, wow.
Because my role is you just want somebody to vent to.
Yeah,
You just want an ear. You ain't want me to regurgitate this. I'll give you some not feedback, but callbacks. I can call back some shit like easy. I'm in sales.
Like,
that's all we do is call back.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What, for
Ain't
real?
heard
Yeah.
What?
No. No.
Heard very little.
No. I'll be a little bit more. I can understand how you would feel that way.
Then, oh my God.
He bro got sales training 101. I already know it.
Hey, you gotta give them empathy, right?
Yeah.
So
Wait. Sean said, so damn, Paul, you want a woman to pick your brain every conversation?
no, not every conversation, but to be challenging. And Sean cut that out. You just got. See, he almost made me cross the line. That's my coworker, my homeboy. He almost made me cross the line. Sean, chill out. Not every conversation, but I'm just saying, in some things, like when we talked about earlier, how I should come to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by that stretch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want the dumb chick. I don't want the lazy chick. I don't want the content chick.
Okay. I'm going to
What?
be quiet. Because y'all be acting like,
We want the dumb chick?
yes.
Y'all see, first,
Long as she look good.
and you confuse that too, because you think because she got a BBL, we want her.
Long as she
No,
look
we
good
don't
and
want-
got a big ass.
No.
If her thighs don't match, see, you going down a different lane.
Right, yeah.
Because if her
Don't-
thighs
please,
don't
let's
match,
not go down that
right.
rabbit hole, please.
Yeah. Okay. See what I mean?
Look, we might be here for a good time.
Right.
Not a long time.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's just how it seems.
And I heard them BBLs, when they leak, they got a funny smell to them. It's sort of
So
like
when they
sewage
leak.
or something. Yeah, because they starting to leak. We had that time frame where it's 10, 15 years after the first ones got them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they starting to deflate, huh?
Yeah.
That fix a flat running loop.
You know. Yeah, they sitting in Epsom salt trying to
So
scab up them holes. You know what I'm saying? They need some
Lord.
Neosporin. So now you want me to be the dude to rub Neosporin on your butt cheeks to help you heal. These are all jokes, people. All jokes.
But let me
I'm
ask you
playing.
this. You
I'm
do
just playing.
understand that one of your must-haves is to be loving.
Yeah.
You may have to clarify because loving to one person, being loving to one person may mean something different to the other.
Wow.
When I was growing, the younger Nikki was very not affectionate at all. I remember my ex would sit next to me and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, why he had to sit right here?
It's a whole other couch cushion over
And
there.
I would get up purposely and go move over there. Then the nigga come over there. And then sometimes he'll hold my hand. And I was okay with holding my hand, but it was this right here. Ooh, that drove me up the wall. Now, why you got to do all this rubbing? We holding hands. What the fuck, right? So.
She's like, I gave you my damn hand.
But I love it.
So in love languages, physical touch is not
out
on
the
top of
window.
your being.
But that was
That's number
then.
9 on her list.
That was then. I'm older now. I'm more mature now.
So you're accepting of physical touch now.
I actually appreciate physical touch now.
Okay.
I appreciate But back then it was like, what the fuck? Why do you have to do this? Like, so my point in bringing that up is I love the guy.
Now, because we're not talking about being loved. I'm saying,
But
like,
what I'm saying,
loving
right.
is,
So
is a
loving-
trait, a characteristic.
So for me, loving was what you need me to do, right? I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. But we ain't got to hold hands.
Yeah.
Acts of service, right?
Yeah.
So that was my love language to, you know what I mean? So saying loving I'm thinking, I'm showing you I love you, right? Because this is my form of being of showing my love.
Thoughtful for me, thoughtful, considerate, things along that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just saying, speaking from experience, you might have to clarify that shit because if it and then it was like, you act like you don't even like me.
I can see how he got there.
Like, what you mean? Like,
Right.
well, why you didn't
Absolutely see
tell
how
me?
he got there.
He did.
Right.
You wasn't listening. Every time he moved to where you was sitting.
Right.
Because I showed be like,
And she looking at him like
To
Ralph
be fair,
Tresvant.
I was similar. I wasn't
Mr.
quite that
Sensitivity.
bad, but I was similar. Like that is
Yeah.
how I knew
Yeah.
when I that I loved my husband. I was like, okay,
because you didn't mind it.
Yeah,
exactly.
he can sit here.
Exactly.
He can sit here.
Yeah,
He
because I
can
was
sit here.
Boy, the hoops and hurdles is real.
Listen,
Listen.
Look,
yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Reese say we don't like dumb chicks. Well, I mean,
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No.
Nikisa say y'all don't care about the thighs matching.
Yeah, we
Don't.
do.
Yeah,
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, Reese, I can't stand her. Nikki was raised by wolves.
And was.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was bad. I was bad because I literally would be like,
Mm. Wow.
Not the deep breath.
and then
Wow,
he'd
wow.
say, "You act like you don't even like me." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean?" Like,
Mm-mm.
Wow.
But you know, again, y'all have to keep in mind, I was raised with boys,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
so you know, it took me to get older and more mature,
Yeah.
and then even in that breakup to learn, okay, Nikki, maybe you need to dial it up a little bit. You know what I mean? You need to tap into your feminine side.
Please.
Your
and thank
soft
you.
side. So
Yeah.
It took you to close to.
It took
Never
a breakup
mind.
for me
Never
to be
mind.
like,
Never mind.
okay.
are you the oldest, youngest? What?
No, I have one older brother, and then the others are younger than me.
Okay.
And then I raised a boy, right? I got one kid, which is a boy. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. I only have brothers too.
so my mom, and I say all the
Mm-mm.
time, Keisha, they were the softer sides of me. Like, hello. Like, no, that's too much. Okay. Yeah. So that was, yeah. But okay, before we get out of here, we got to see what you cannot deal
Lord,
with.
Okay. So you cannot be loud and obnoxious.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Please don't.
And you know
don't
that's
do it.
hard coming from where we from,
Especially
because they
from
be
the west
loud.
side. Lord
See,
have mercy.
see, when I said Sharon was from the west side, they was like, "What?"
Mm-mm.
Only Chicagoans understand. And
Mhm.
hey, Shell, I see you out there too. West
Shell
side.
from the west side?
Yes,
Yeah, she from
and
the
she
west
love to
side.
get
Wow.
west side.
All of
Yeah,
it. My baby from
West-
the west side, but still, can't be deceitful. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
you gotta tell me every single iota of your thing, but
Mhm.
man, don't let me find out something about you
Yeah.
from somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
that's an immediate no.
Yeah.
In the dating realm, I cannot do the date 'em all cis girl. If you dating everybody, go ahead and date all them. Leave me the hell alone.
But okay, now we got to dig into that.
I'm not
now.
giving you. I'm not your free meal, dude. Don't save me under free food. I'm not doing it.
Wow.
So,
The dinner.
but wait, like,
You feel me?
is there a time frame where she got to cut the rest of them off?
No, just be upfront when you meet me, because as soon as I know that you got 3-4 on your roster, then I won't be number 5. I'm okay with that. You can be the finest thing I ran up on tonight. I'm good. I'm good.
But you do know whenever we meet somebody,
There's somebody else around.
Yes,
That's fine.
That's
That's why
understandable.
the date them all. If it's one other guy that you're dealing with, and okay, I don't mind playing number 2. I've been a side nigga, so I don't mind that part. But at the same time, if I'm trying to progress with you, we gonna have to.
I don't even understand how you have the mental capacity to
Bruh.
deal with 4 people at one time.
I literally told this dude that I said, "Listen, I can't deal with 3 of y'all in a fucking year, let alone at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't."
I tried to build a roster. I did. I tried.
No.
She said, "I tried."
Yeah.
I'm too old. I'm just
It's
like,
gotta
I
be
gotta go to
exhausting.
bed. And I don't want to talk every night. I gotta go to bed.
And you got to talk to 4 niggas.
Hey.
Yeah, I got
And
and
repeat
4 good
yourself.
mornings.
You got
Right.
the 9 to 9:30,
For
the
good
9:30 to
morning.
10,
I gotta go to bed.
You gotta compartmentalize these dudes.
I don't have the emotional bandwidth for all this. No.
And me, I hate repeating myself. So I gotta remember who I told what I
exactly.
Man,
you gotta tell your day to 3 different people.
Yeah.
I just told you this story. Look, that wasn't me. Oh, my bad.
That one that's lower on the totem pole is go get. It's all right.
Remember when I had told you about, and it's like, oh no, that wasn't
me.
Shit,
like,
my bad.
That wasn't you.
I gotta go to bed.
Can't keep up with them lies and all that. Yeah, no.
Wow.
And I can't. I already don't enjoy talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, talking to 3 people.
Yeah.
Just be on some copy and paste your text message. I know that's it. Look.
Oh
I
my
can text
gosh.
you. I can text, but all that talking on the phone.
Mm-mm. And don't let one of them be trying to consume all your time and shit. Look.
Oh, Jerobi. We call that in New York. We call that Jerobi.
Jerobi.
Yeah, always on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude that can talk for hours and hours on end. Yeah.
And what's your last one?
Well, the last 2 is.
Last 2.
You cannot have fuck with none of my friends.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
I'm not talking about somebody I know.
Yeah, one of your friends.
My friends.
Yeah.
You automatically out of the box for that one.
Yeah.
And the last thing, like I said, I'm shallow. You cannot be overweight. Like, please. You cannot be 5'3", 320. It's just not gonna fly.
You can't work with her since she did that shit off.
If I can't do this and touch my fingers,
wow.
I'm just saying. I'm shallow.
No big backs for you.
But,
I'm just asking.
No, sir. Please and thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right,
saying
Paul,
you got to be a gym rat, but you know.
Yeah. Let's go with your non-negotiable.
All right. Non-negotiable, selfish, unhealed, content in where they are at in life. Just content.
Okay. What if they're in a good place in life?
Don't matter.
What if they hit the lottery for that 180? They don't need to do too much.
You talking about you don't want to learn nothing else?
I don't need to learn nothing else. I can buy everything from that point.
No, but you still need to know how to operate it.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know you are, but I'm just saying for those who are really feeling like that, you can always learn something, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by being content. Shit for me, constant complaining. Constant complaining because me caring about you, I'm going to first try to offer, after I ask you if you want me to listen or feedback.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to help you resolve this issue. Right.
But you got to constantly listen to her complain and listen to this shit.
I mean, after we
make you alcoholic. Damn, I need a drink.
Once we came up with A, B, C, and D, as you said, right? And you still complaining and have not tried A, B, C, and D? That's what I'm talking about. And then lastly, because I know we got to get out of here, gold teeth.
Same.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I feel like you make bad decisions.
Yeah.
It's a judgment, and I know.
Not only do you have made
some really poor decisions
and have stuck with it, because you look. Let's be honest. We all close to 50, over 50, whatever. You still got that one for the women. They still got that one gold tooth right there. That rose gold. We used to have a girl we used to work with. We called her Rose Gold because she had that one rose gold tooth, like in the corner.
Can they get it out? What can they do?
They can take it out.
They can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what they can do. It's not my concern at that point.
Same. Because you're not gonna get a chance. I cannot.
I'll be looking for.
She say you make bad decisions.
Listen.
This is. I make bad decisions.
That I know it's a judgment, but that is how I feel.
It is.
Real.
And I've tried.
I can feel you on that, though. I can.
I've tried. Some of them have great personalities, and I wanted to but I just
can't do it.
I do have a question though.
Okay.
You're unhealed.
Yeah.
You want me to dive deeper on it?
What does that mean? Like how and how do you know that they're unhealed? Like that takes a while, right, to find out.
I don't know.
If they're unhealed, are you willing to work with them on that? Like
that's the same way you're going
therapy.
to.
Yeah, because a lot of people when they talk about, I see this all the time. Come healed, and I don't think people who say that understand what healing really is. Healing is not linear. It is it's up and down. Because you would never say to somebody whose parent died, "Come over it."
No.
Yeah. So when you're saying healed, like you don't know, like if I'm with you, being with you in that situation, I don't know what will trigger me. I could have done all the work. I could have done a lot of work, but we're in a new situation. I don't know how this is going, how I'm going to respond. So healing is not linear. There's no place to arrive.
No, so I'm not looking for you to arrive to a place, but when I say unhealed, what I mean is every time we have a conversation, every time we have a conversation, you end up at this this point that was tragic or had a real effect on you, and you only see the bad side of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you haven't found a comfortable spot with addressing it, with trying to manage it. We're all going to have trigger points of some form or fashion throughout life. Somebody's going to say something unintentionally that will take you back to that spot. Have you figured out how to manage when you get back to that spot to not live in that spot?
Yeah.
That's healing to me.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like people act like it's like a place.
Yeah.
No. See, I got a little sense of me.
A
You
little
think I'll be,
bit.
a little bit over here just throwing? I do,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, I got a little sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We made it.
it's about that time.
We made it.
I feel so bad to the YouTube viewers
Why? Because we
because
didn't
I
address
can't
them?
see what they said. That's too small. I
Okay.
need my glasses.
Where your glasses at?
Well-
Get some context.
I ain't realized it was gonna be that small. I'm like, whoa,
So,
and I can't zoom in.
well,
So
this
I'm
is
sorry, y'all.
we're gonna help the
I'm gonna be
people out.
ready next time.
Well, we're gonna help the people out, right? Because on your other show, you did go live a lot.
yes,
What I took away from that, and I expected you to have, I think at that time you had your iPad,
yes,
bigger screen,
and we
Right.
will have that next time.
right? And then you also had a phone.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
But I think it's a good idea if your girls want to come up here and help us out.
Absolutely. They just can't
Then,
be
yeah.
yelling. I have seen some where they just be yelling and yelling and yelling. Like, is you gonna be a part of the conversation or you gonna be up to the side?
Right.
Because all that, what the fuck?
Well, your,
I can't.
your girl, the Solid Assassin, she did a good job.
She did.
Yeah, she did a good job. And those,
She did.
that'll be coming out soon to y'all. But yeah, this has been
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
great.
this has been great.
And I miss
Great
communicating.
exercise.
Like, we had a lot of activity and I love it. I miss it. I miss it.
Hey, this
I
ain't gonna
miss
be no every week. I'm gonna tell y'all this
Check
right
going
now.
live every week. Huh?
I miss
No.
it. I miss it.
Yeah, no. Y'all
It's
might
the
catch
immediate
this.
interaction.
Yeah, you might
It's
catch
the
this
immediate
once a month.
interaction, and
Yeah.
then they're chiming in,
Yeah.
and it's good conversation. I miss it. I miss
Okay.
y'all.
It can derail you a little bit too.
It
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We have had moments. Oh my God, when we used to do this show, we would be on there for like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 1 hour.
Yeah.
It
And that-
literally was supposed to be 1 hour. It would be midnight when we walking
Yeah.
up out of there, and
I didn't see
baby,
how
we
she
been
did
drinking.
Look,
it. Yeah, I
because
didn't
we've
see
been
how-
drinking.
Yeah, I didn't see how she did it.
Boy.
I think I did that show with her twice as like a,
Mhm, a
Yeah,
guest on it.
yeah.
and it's like, yo, what?
Yeah,
we
I was
still
on there 2 or
talking?
3
Yeah.
times, and I promise.
But that time would go by so fast before
Yeah.
you know, you're like, oh shit, he just let us go and
He just
go.
keep
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
never mind. I'm gonna shut up because I got other comments about the engineer. Great guy.
Anywho,
Next.
I miss y'all. We're going to do this again. Thank y'all for joining in with us. I'm going to go out there and respond. I know it's going to be late to the YouTube, but I'm going to be ready for y'all next time.
Yeah,
I'm,
not
like
next
you
week.
said,
Yeah, and she going on vacation.
I'm about to go on vacation.
Where you going this time? Back.
Thailand.
Okay.
Baby, I'm so ready.
Yeah.
I have
bring
no
your
idea
ass
what I'm going to
back.
pack. I have no idea what. I don't even care at this point. Just long as I'm there, I'm going to have some sundresses and swimsuits.
There you go.
And I'm there.
And happy birthday to you as well.
Thank
For
you,
real,
thank
happy
you,
birthday.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm grown
Yeah.
at this point.
Not
Right.
wrong,
I'm
bro.
grown.
Well, you know what?
Shit.
Let me do this then. since
Oh,
we got
wow.
some-
We got
happy
gifts?
He
birthday.
came bearing gifts.
Okay.
I figured since I was gonna be a little late, this is for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. That's dope.
And I love these bags. Black and
Walmart
gold
didn't
is my
discuss
birthday
it.
theme this
Yeah,
year.
man.
My man, God bless. Appreciate you, dog.
Thank
That
you.
right there
Wow.
is-
We gonna do an unveiling on here?
if you choose to. I
Spider,
like
give
it.
us a
I
few
like
more
it.
minutes,
This looks
man.
really good too. G Street
You're welcome.
Apparel. I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
My man got one of my first shirts in there too, but he got the new one right there.
I like it. I like it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is going to Thailand with me.
All right.
G Street Apparel going to be making an appearance in Thailand.
This is dope.
All right.
You said I had an original in here?
Yeah, that's one of the first ones that I put out. That one right there.
Oh, let me hold this up. I'm gonna hold up the G Street joint too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fire. I can see it from the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I
All right.
appreciate that, family.
For sure.
Let me hold up the other one, and then Wow.
G Street Apparel.
Okay.
All right.
Ebony,
Thank you.
thank you so much for coming out,
Thank you for having me.
kicking it with us. Would you like
Great
for the people to be able to find you on social media anywhere?
Sure. I'm at Ebony Rashawn and on everything.
Look at that.
Spell that for us.
In sync.
EBONYRESHON.
Okay. All right.
CF Kane, where can they find you at?
CF Kane and G Street Apparel everywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Everywhere.
They can order the shirts online?
Yep.
On your Facebook page?
Via inbox. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
That's what's up. That's dope. Thanks for coming out, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have got
With that long drive. I appreciate it.
And then an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
Got flipped.
Yeah.
So
wow.
that
but you know-
detoured me an extra 30.
And
Yeah.
the wind is so high out there.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But thank you
Well,
for
thank
coming
God
out,
you're
brother.
safe.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
And safe travels back as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
we ain't going out and drinking after this?
Y'all might.
Yeah, because you already know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, I know the after party be
Yeah.
popping.
You
Yeah,
already know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
already
That's
know.
what she does.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I
And
always
he know that.
give her a hug
And
on
send
the
her on her way.
exit. Yeah.
It's so crazy, and I'm always so tired, but I
Yeah.
can't never go my ass.
It
off
did.
and go
Can't
to
say
sleep.
good night, huh?
Okay.
Here's a moment of vulnerability, right?
Mm-hmm.
You mind if I share?
Go ahead.
She always be trying to make me feel softer like a cream puff. Let me know when you make it whole.
She just being a gentleman. That's all. That's all.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know my birthday celebration actually starts tomorrow.
I thought it started. Okay, go ahead.
It starts, technically it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. However, last night, somehow, we end up at the goddamn place till 2 a.m. Now, I was supposed to, everything in me was like, at 10 o'clock, I'm leaving and I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to singing, I wasn't doing karaoke. They was doing karaoke, and we just drinking and having a good time. And next thing I know, it's 2 a.m. and I'm drunk. Fuck. At 2 p.m., I was still drunk. I said, let me go and take this BC powder. I woke up drinking a liquid IV.
Okay.
Then I drank some coffee. And at 2 o'clock, I still had a headache. And I said, fuck, I'm getting too old for this shit. But guess what I'm going to do? Keep the party rolling. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight. This was fun.
This was fun.
This was fun. Ebony, CF Kane, thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you.
I look forward to y'all coming back and hanging out with us again.
Absolutely.
Paul, you got something you want to say to the people?
Nah, this has been good. I'm done. I'm done. See y'all live next Never Worry.
It's going to be soon, y'all. It's going to be soon, y'all.
Y'all's terrible.
In the meantime, thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all next week. Love you.
Peace.